Hello, welcome in the afternoon. My name is Michael. There is also Enrico. We are co-founders of Skytel, which is quite a fresh ventures from Berlin, Germany. Started in December last year. So, if you are coming from crypto-first or blockchain-first companies, you know that there is a lot of problems when we need to deal with crypto assets, especially on operational and daily basis. Because simply, you still need to work with different tools and different platforms. And exactly that's the problem, because you need to spend a lot of time in manual transactions, how to consolidate them from enterprise point of view, how to prepare them, for example, for tax reporting and auditing purposes. There's a problem that when dealing also with different, like, for example, wallet addresses, etc., there is a huge opportunity to make mistakes or frauds. So this is also something we are addressing with Skytel. So what is Skytel? Skytel is a business analytics platform for companies to deal with the digital and crypto assets. First of all, we try to combine a tracking tool where you can simply, under just one roof, see all your crypto holdings from different sources, like crypto exchanges, cold hold wallets, DeFi protocols, liquidity farms, etc. We combine these also with a classification and categorization engine, which practically do automatization of some of the works. For example, it classifies in an automatic way different type of transactions, but at the same time you can manually add different labels to transactions. So for in the future, it's very easy from anybody from a company just to find out and identify the transaction. At the same time, this is powered by enterprise-grade security and with powerful business analytics. So what are the features and benefits for companies who are dealing with crypto assets? As I mentioned, first of all, you have a one-stop shop under which you see all your company holdings, all your company transactions. We really ingest the data from different crypto exchanges. For now, we have up to 12 top crypto exchanges integrated. We also ingest data from decentralized exchanges, DeFi protocols, and also, of course, from cold and hot wallets. Then you have this classification engine. It is a possibility that you simply imagine a search engine which is really enabled to you to find transaction based on some parameters you define. This is partially done by a machine learning algorithm, so you can definitely already have a list of transactions based on some category. But also you can manually add some labels to transactions. For example, this was the invoice paid to my supplier. You can also attach the file. So it's very easy when we will be exporting this data, for example, for accounting or tax purposes. We prepare also the way how to integrate to most popular bookkeeping tools, like, for example, QuickBooks and Xero. We are working on some others also in Europe, like Datev in Germany. So you really spend a lot of time you save a lot of time instead of really consolidating, clearing the transactions. So even like your accountant or CFO in your company has no clue about the crypto, can simply, just click on one button, export all this data directly to your bookkeeping tool. The last one, the data analytics part or layer. So you will have a dashboard where you can also, again, based on some parameters, check and see all your company holdings, your history, what did you do, based on some parameters, like, for example, the data source, different time period, etc. So which kind of market we are addressing? We are addressing the market of all the crypto assets under management. So of course, in the couple of months ago was more than 2 trillion. From that, based on our experience, we believe that almost 200 billion are spent on operations from crypto and blockchain companies. And this is a global market, so we mainly focus on EU, UK, and Switzerland, because we believe that this is especially geographies where all the major part of customer segments are coming from. Because our ideal customers are coming from crypto and blockchain space, so they're normally the dApps layer 4 developers. They're also the blockchain companies, because they are really dealing with a lot of transactions on a daily basis. Imagine, for example, like airdrops, they are distributing. Imagine like the salaries they are paying to the people every month, etc. But also, of course, some first and early investors, small investors in crypto. And now, right now, there is an opportunity, especially in Germany, which is fresh, like from 1st of July, there is the special funds, so called institutional funds, who can enable to spend up to 20% of asset under management. They can invest in crypto. So the product roadmap, this will be explained to you by Enrico.
Yeah, in the very beginning of this year, Q1, we built a self-custody wallet integrated with, powered by Ethereum, offering a first RESTful API. However, I mean, we delivered the first proof of concept in March. Then we started talking with customers, and during the customer discovery, we realized that the most important thing for them wasn't yet another self-custody wallet in the market. It was more about, hey, how can I track all my accounts in a single consolidated view? That's the reason why we slightly tweaked, shifted our value proposition to offer more tracking tool for external wallets. How? Well, basically, we delivered the very first MVP in April, May, integrating with the most important exchanges. We integrated with up to 12 exchanges. Think about Coinbase, Binance, Kraken, and in the meantime, we continued supporting, of course, Ethereum. At the end of Q2, we were able also to support Polygon. And what is going next? The plan is to launch in the very first, in the next weeks, integration with Binance Smart Chain, Phantom, and we are already able to track specific transaction related to DeFi. Think about how to add liquidity, remove liquidity, staking, yielding, farming, lending, borrowing, so all the information related to DeFi farms and pools. Because the end goal, the ultimate vision is to offer a search engine, a classification engine, a filter engine able to classify on the fly and offer a consolidated view of specific wallets, filter by, for example, a network or a specific crypto activities. Think about, hey, give me all the other liquidity requests regardless the network. So think about querying Aave across all the networks supported by us. In a single view, you could see all the Aave transaction, and then you can export in a CSV file or import into QuickBooks. Q4 will be the turn of more research and development. The ambition is to build a classification engine, as I was saying, by identifying and classifying on the fly any possible transaction. Think about how many airdrops we daily receive not requested by us. So how to identify a possible scam or how to address transaction to a specific department. For example, having a contact list, how can I address a specific transaction to a specific category? Think about transactions for leisure, for traveling, and so on. Of course, we are not the only one playing in this game. There are other players. In the very beginning, we took inspiration from Multis, which is a pretty famous crypto bank here in France. Also, there is a guild in North America, Crypto, and more. Well, we believe that we are in a strong position compared with our competitors, mainly because the very first important thing, we offer an API. We offer a RESTful API. That means we have a revenue stream more than our competitors, proposing ourselves as a white label solution. That means that this is not just a solution for B2B. This is also a solution for B2B2C market. That means a product company can offer a our solution to their end user, integrating seamless with us, offering a solution to their end user without leaving their platform. What will come next? Next year, we will support payment workflow. Think about sending a transaction. Sending a transaction for a company is still a pain because who's going to validate a transaction before being fired across the network? Or how can I send in a single shot a transaction to multiple recipients? Think about token distribution. And of course, we will also support more and more DeFi services next year. Going in deep in the technical side, in the architecture, this is the way that we structure our backend. Basically, our middleware is already integrated with an exchange connector, able to communicate with up to 12 centralized exchanges. And we also built a chain explorer able to ingest data from any possible network. So far, we support Ethereum, Polygon. Next couple of weeks, we will launch a Binance Smart Chain. The ambition is, by the end of the year, to support 35 chains, different blockchain in the network. Storing all of those transactions into our internal persistent cache, our transaction storage, and fetching data, querying data from our storage. That means in a millisecond, we will allow our user to see their transaction filtered by any possible query parameter. Very important, in order to speed up our development phase, I mean, we started only 6 months ago. In order to speed up our development phase, we integrated with Magic Link, which offer passwordless authentication service. That means without typing any password, our user can sign up, log in, and authenticate through their email account. Going in deep in our API, we offer an API for transaction, but also for aggregated balances. That means this is the very first step for a pivot table. Think about a pivot table. How could it be possible to cluster transaction filtered by a specific query parameter, and then how to cluster those transactions into balances divided by different tokens. So you see here synthetic value of ETH and Bitcoin. Here you see a quick overview of our demo. And here you can see a live demo. This is our MVP. We are already able to fetch data from Polygon, Ethereum, 3 different exchanges, and we also did the very first step into DeFi. We are already able to detect any other liquidity request to SushiSwap and to QuickSwap. As I was saying, this is just the beginning for us. We have a curated list of possible decentralized exchanges. As I was saying, SushiSwap, QuickSwap, farms, and pools. So in a matter of days, we will be able to launch multiple DEX integration, farms, pools, integrated with the networks we support. What you see here is just a flat list. However, the plan in the next future is to offer a real search engine to our end user. By defining specific parameter, they could, for example, isolate search only for a specific DeFi action. Think about all the transactions related to staking or to lending or to borrowing, regardless the network and the farm. And then we already allow the user to calculate their taxes through the integration with QuickBooks, and also the opportunity to download all of these transactions in a CSV file, importing it into a spreadsheet. This is the next step, our research and development phase. In Q4, we will be much more focused on building a classification engine, able to classify on the fly any possible transaction, as I was saying, addressing a specific transaction to a relevant team, a department, or identify a possible scam. Also identify the possible risk score of any token. On top of that, the ambition next year is to build a real recommendation engine, also to recommend the user for a specific investment instead of another. On top of that, the ambition is to have ultimate goal as a strategy engine, able to offer different strategies, for example, more aggressive versus a more conservative strategy on what to invest. Our meta search engine is connected to the exchange connector I was showing earlier, and with a chain connector able to fetch data from any blockchain. This is the team. I'm Enrico, coordinated up to 35 engineers, 10 different verticals, 20 years of experience in the engineering field. Very recently, I was a VP of engineering at Avesta, blockchain company in Berlin. And
yeah, and this is me, Michael. I'm also more than 5 years in the blockchain space. I was head of innovation at the Decent Group, which was number 6 ICO back in 2016. We have also the team of our developers, and we are supported by a venture startup studio called Next Big Thing from Berlin. Of course, our team is also growing, so we're also looking for talents here. We're also looking for business partners who are interested to integrate and to beta test our platform, which is very live. And definitely, we are happy to talk to you. Here are also the Discord channel. You can definitely join, where we can have a much more detailed discussion. Also, a link to our website. Yeah, thank you for your attention. Very happy to reply if you have still some time for questions. Any questions? Doubts? Okay, or if not, thank you very much.
thank you.
You work with Next Big. Yeah.